When you think about it, every serious attempt to portray our risen Lord, whether in paintings or drawings or even sculpture, every serious attempt to depict him shows the wounds that he suffered at his crucifixion, shows the marks in his hands, his feet, his side. Now, some might wonder, why should these wounds remain after Jesus rises from the dead? Once Jesus comes back to life and is glorified, shouldn't all his injuries simply vanish? And yet, they don't vanish. Instead, they remain as part of who he is. They become an identifying, an enduring mark on his body, a sign of the one who once suffered for us, a sign of the one who gave himself for us out of love. When Jesus was together with his disciples, he also spoke about another identifying mark, about a sign that each of his disciples should bear, a sign that tells the world that we belong to Christ. And what was that sign? Jesus tells us, "This is how all will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another." Now, love for one another seems simple enough, at least until we realize that love is probably the most misused and overused word in the English language. After all, love is used to describe everything from a casual affair to how we feel about chocolate. So Jesus gives us a little more information about this love he is speaking of. He asks his disciples to love one another as he has loved them. Jesus says people will know we are his followers because we love as he loved. Now we get the picture. The sign of our discipleship is not a superficial emotion. It is a commitment to love each other without condition and without limit. Now, this kind of love that Jesus asks is certainly not easy. And we find out soon enough that being Jesus' disciple, truly being his disciple, ends up immersing us in the kind of suffering that he bore out of love for us. And yet, it is possible for us to love as Jesus loved. It is possible for us to practice this love, whether it be in our homes, at our work, or among those who are in need. It is possible once we realize that just as Jesus' wounds became part of him, his love has become part of us. His love lives deep within us by the power of His Holy Spirit. If we are willing to let that Spirit shine forth, if we are willing to let that Spirit animate the way we live, the things we do, the words we say, then we will bear the marks of Jesus, the sign of His presence, not on our hands and feet, but in our hearts and in our lives.